Hopefully everyone's had time to have some coffee. We ask everyone place their phones on mute, and if you have any questions or comments, please wait till the presenter is done with the slide. All the information provided today is available on our intranet page under the How To tab. By the end of this training, you'll be able to identify what constitutes an emergency. Use the CalCard in accordance to state and department policy, submit all the required documentation in the correct order, and how to complete and submit your monthly CalCard bank statement. You will find quick online training modules available as a resource at your desk. Here is a U.S. Bank Access online website and the DGS CalCard website. All links are also provided on our CalCard How To intranet site. You will find the DGS Emergency Acquisitions Guide available for download at this link, and the CDSS CalCard Handbook available on our CalCard How To link on the intranet. CalCard Account Setup. Here are the instructions to setting up your U.S. Bank CalCard account online. The directions are self-explanatory and similar to registering your own credit card. Approvers will be designated a special ID given by the CalCard administrator and will be able to access the accounts with only that special approver ID. You will be able to download statements and view activity of your cardholder by searching their name. Here is the memo authorizing emergency CalCard usage in an emergency declaration. We must remember that CalCard serves as a payment mechanism only. CCLD is authorized to utilize the CalCard for emergency services related to the closure of a facility or the need for emergency nurse consultant services as a means of ensuring the health and safety of all residents per Public Contract Code Section 1102 and Health and Safety Code Sections 1510, 1503.5C, 1546.01, and 1569.525A, B, and C. A definition of an emergency. An emergency is defined by Public Contract Code Section 1102 as sudden, unexpected occurrence that poses a clear and imminent danger requiring immediate action to prevent or mitigate the loss or impairment of life, health, property, or essential public services. Under such an emergency, CCLD regional managers are authorized to use their CalCard for all necessary purchases of both goods and services, including travel-related expenses. These cards are to be used for emergencies only. What constitutes an emergency? Most recently, an emergency was bed bug infestation, patient relocation, and a medical assessment. An example of a non-emergency would be the purchase of a first aid kit or a box of Kleenex. Does anyone have any other specific examples of an emergency or non-emergency that they would like to discuss or clarify? I'm going to take that as a no. Quick reminder, the CDSS designated emergency CalCard approver is required to approve all emergency declarations. Cardholder responsibilities. It is a cardholder's responsibility to sign and maintain the security of the CalCard to prevent any unauthorized charges. Cardholders are reminded to use the small business, disabled veterans business enterprise vendors when possible to purchase items that are recycled and that carry the Energy Star label. These are requirements set by DGS and are reportable at the end of the year. It is a cardholder's responsibility to ensure that the CalCard is used for official state business only and that it is used properly within the designated dollar limits. The CalCard holder is the sole user. The card is not to be shared with anyone. The cardholder is responsible to document all purchases to ensure that all relevant documents are kept in order and in a safe location. The cardholder will use a fair and reasonable justification when making any and all purchases. If time permits for quotes in an emergency situation, the cardholder will attempt to utilize small business DVBE vendors, and the information will be submitted as documentation with the CalCard packages. How to determine fair and reasonable. In accordance with Government Code Section 14838.5C, if the estimated value of a transaction is under $5,000, buyers shall obtain at least 2 price quotations from responsible suppliers whenever there is reason to believe a response from a single source is not fair and reasonable price. Provided below are 5 techniques that a buyer may use to determine whether or not a supplier's price can be determined to be fair and reasonable. Here are the 5 methods to help determine fair and reasonable pricing. When evaluating fair and reasonable pricing, using price comparisons, catalog market price, and/or historical pricing, buyers must base the comparisons on identical situations or those with small variations which do not affect pricing. All cardholders must use small businesses DVBEs when possible. You can find the vendor list at the BidSync website. The following pages are screenshots of the small business DVBE certification search page. To start your search, you must enter a business name and ID number if known. You'll be able to determine the certification type, if any, and if you need to conduct a search, if time permits in an emergency, you may enter the information necessary to create a list. And remember, if you do not have time in an emergency, you just have to do whatever you have to do to remediate the situation. You will print the page for file documentation and for submission with the CalCard package. Remember, in an emergency, you are not required to go to SBDVBE vendors, but doing so will ensure our department is in compliance with end-of-year reporting requirements. Awards based on fair and reasonable do not include taxes in the price comparisons due to variations in local tax codes. Using your CalCard. Once an emergency declaration is made, cardholders should request written quotes if time permits. You may use email or fax to request quotes to expedite processing of services. Every effort shall be made to obtain at least 2 quotations. If time does not allow it, the cardholder will document the reason why quotes were not obtained and include it for file documentation. It is not necessary for delay if vendors do not provide invoices immediately. You may obtain services immediately and be invoiced later. If time does not permit written quotations, cardholders may obtain telephone quotes, but are reminded to document using the AA18 and to keep it in file with the file for documentation. To hire a nurse for emergency purposes only, the nurse consultant must meet all the minimum qualifications as indicated in the upcoming Select a Nurse Consultant section. Emergency procurements shall be limited to only those goods and supplies and services necessary to remediate the emergency. Cardholders and approvers are reminded to be good stewards of taxpayers' money and to negotiate cost to meet fair and reasonable criteria. Any single purchase over $2,500 requires a follow-up with a AA18 requisition to purchase completed, forwarded to the purchasing unit to generate a standard 65 noting that CalCard was the method of payment as required by the Department of General Services. Even in the event of an emergency, the department must follow all DGS and departmental policies and procedures. Here is the AA18 form. Submit the original AA18 to the purchasing unit at Mail Station 8-14-181 and retain a copy for your files. Use this form to request all emergency equipment, furniture, and supplies. Submit a separate requisition for each of these categories. Please provide a complete description of items, including brand, model, type, color, size, and the product code number. In addition, include price and vendor name. Forms must be approved by the Emergency CalCard approver prior to submittal. Use page 2 of the AA18 to document quotes from the selected vendors. Selecting a nurse consultant. Prior to selecting a nurse consultant, CCLD must have documented approval of the emergency declaration by the designated CalCard approver. Once a nurse consultant is selected, they will have to provide proof of professional liability, a valid California Class C driver's license, a resume since we have determined this as a consultant, a copy of the nurse's license issued by the state of California as a registered nurse, nurse practitioner, or a public health nurse certification. It is imperative that we research for negative reviews and to make sure the license is active from the website nursesys.com. The next slide is a screenshot of the website. To search a nurse, click on Search Quick Confirm and then click Continue. You will need to search by first and last name as well as license type and state. In the search results, you can select a nurse to view the license information. You're also able to download the reporting information, which may include details regarding any disciplinary action. Records must be kept for 2 years for auditing purposes. Preparing your CalCard package. At the close of each billing cycle, called Cycle 22, which is the 22nd of each month, you will be able to access your electronic bank statement the next day on the 23rd online at the Access US Bank website. The CalCard bank statement will serve as file documentation and must include all state acquisition backup documentation as described in the next slides. The bank statement will be part of the CalCard package that is to be submitted. Included with the package will be a memo from the Emergency CalCard approver with a description of the emergency, explanation as to why the emergency situation warranted the purchases, an explanation of consequences if the purchases made were done using normal CDSS procurement methods, a detailed description of the goods services provided to remediate the emergency, and names and quotes of the suppliers contacted or reason why quotes were not obtained. This will help create a clear picture as to why you did what you had to do to remediate the situation, and everything will be on file for up to 2 years. The following is required with the CalCard package when submitted for final processing: an approved AA18, quotes, payee data record standard 204, approved itemized invoice, a packing slip, and any correspondence including emails and or telephone conversations that you have taken notes on. Here is the CalCard package checklist you will use when submitting your CalCard package for final approval and processing. This form and all related CalCard forms and reference materials are provided on the CalCard how-to webpage on the intranet. This is the Gen 1290 that is used to track all the items procured in the order that it appears on the bank statement. It is required to be in the same order to ensure that everyone that reviews the documents can do so in an organized and efficient manner. If the items are not in the order or the CalCard package is not in the specified order, it will be sent back for correction. These rules are department policy to ensure quality control and compliance. Submitting your statement. Indicate any disputed items on the log and attach disputed documents and receipts. Indicate any credited items on the log and give a description of the item. Cardholders are to sign and date the log in blue ink, ensuring all documents and receipts are attached. The CalCard bank statement must be signed by the cardholder and approver in blue ink. Attach all quote documents in the order that the transactions are listed on the bank statement and the CalCard monthly log. Each package should be accompanied by all quotes, invoices, standard 204s, packing slips, and the emergency declaration documentation. Cardholders may have multiple quotes depending on the number of transactions made. Each purchase will be submitted with the quotes and invoices of receipts following them. With the packing slips and stock receipt documents signed and dated by the receiver, the standard 204, the CDSS monthly CalCard log, Gen 1290 signed by both the cardholder and the approver, and the CalCard package checklist. All emergency declaration documentation, including emails, quotes, resumes, licenses, etc. You will then submit your CalCard package to your approver for sign-off. CalCard holder approver responsibilities. It is the cardholder approver's responsibilities to approve and verify that the purchases made were for official state business only. Each month, the approver reviews the quotes or AA18s and attachments, verifies cardholder was pre-approved to make purchases, and to ensure the purchases are not on the CDSS prohibited purchases list. This list is also available on the How to CalCard internet page. Approvers ensure that CalCards are used under their authority. Never make any assumptions, and beware of missing receipts and investigate questionable purchases. Approvers are to review bank statements, ensuring receipts and documents are in the correct order and forwarded to the Financial Services Bureau Payables Unit and the CalCard Administrator in a timely manner. Approvers are to request new cards for permanent staff by email to the CalCard Administrator with the employee's name and index code. Approvers also request spending limit increases or decreases by email to the CalCard Administrator, indicating the cardholder's name and the amount to be changed. Approvers are to ensure the packages are submitted in case the cardholder will be out of office. This happens quite frequently within our department, so just make sure that if someone's going to be out of office, that it's important that the CalCard package is processed in a timely manner so that payments can be made by accounts payable. It's important to make the prior arrangements and to definitely get in touch with the CalCard administrator so that way they know who to expect the package from. Submitting the monthly bank statement. Review the bank statement for accuracy. Check for unauthorized or questionable purchases. Obtain all valid and itemized receipts and invoices. Receipts and invoices must be itemized and show either a zero balance or say paid with credit card or Visa. Packing slips are not considered valid receipts. Sign and date the bank statement in blue ink. A reminder, review the bank statements and ensure all valid itemized receipts are obtained, reconciled, and submitted to Financial Services Bureau as soon as possible. If the CalCard administrator has not received the CalCard packages within 7 days after the cutoff date of cycle 22, of the new billing cycle, the cardholder's card will be put on hold until all such overdue CalCard packages are received. Mail distribution. Once your bank statement has been approved, you have 5 business days to photocopy and distribute to accounts payable and the CalCard administrator. Any CalCard package that does not comply with the requirements listed above will not be processed and will be returned to the cardholder for correction. One original CalCard package with the original blue signatures to Financial Services Bureau Accounts Payables Unit at Mail Station 9-5-84. One copy of the CalCard package to the CalCard administrator at Mail Station 8-14-001, and one copy for your procurement file. Here is a checklist tool for you to use to guide through the emergency purchase process. It's a high-level overview of steps needed to be done. This is going to be basically essential when an emergency is declared and somebody needs a quick reminder. This checklist events will come in handy. Here are some important contact numbers, including the U.S. Bank customer service in case you have a lost or stolen CalCard. You have the CalCard administrator, Christina Lee's phone number. You have my phone number, and you also have Sharon Blakeman's phone number for Financial Services Bureau. And here is a CalCard flow chart as a visual aid. We would like to thank you for participating in today's CCLD Emergency CalCard training. Does anyone have any questions or concerns? I will also be available via email or telephone if anyone would like to talk one-on-one. All the materials discussed and used in today's training is available online on our how-to intranet page. And you will be able to find that if you go to our intranet homepage and you click on the How-To tab. Under the quick search, you can type in CalCard and you will find right here under the C, it's the first item under C, the process information to utilize the CalCard. And it has all the documents and websites listed here and contact information. So if anyone doesn't have any questions, we will be ending this presentation.